Hello everybody, my name is Robin Rocha and I'm creating these videos for anybody out there that has a disc herniation or a bulging disc, because I know how hard of an injury it can be. I'm still going through the recovery process, but I decided to create these videos for anybody that's looking for any type of guidance. My recovery process, I've recorded it and I want to share it with all you guys that are suffering through this injury. I know that it affected my life in many ways, and thankfully I've gotten through the worst parts and I'm still going through the recovery, but that is why I'm filming everything for you guys, so you guys can follow step by step, and hopefully these videos can help you in any way possible. Okay, so a little bit about myself. I'm 21 years old and I go to college down in South Florida. I'm currently located in Denver, Colorado through my recovery process. I will return back to South Florida this upcoming semester, but this injury started down in South Florida. And I remember I'm a huge fitness guy. I love playing soccer. I love strength training more than anything. And I remember I was squatting with a friend, and during that time period we were warming up, and I remember squatting, and during that squat I hyperextended my back. If this is your lumbar region of your lower back, I hyperextended it and I felt a sharp pain right away going down my back. I've never felt anything like this. It was very painful. So I took the next 3 weeks off, and this was around, I would want to say, the end of April 2016. And I got back to Denver. I started training again, and as you can see in my earlier YouTube videos, I was going pretty hardcore, and I started getting this radiating pain down my leg and started getting some back problems too, but I didn't know how serious it was, and I kind of like put it off. I was going to a chiropractor, but we didn't really think it was this bad of this grave of an injury. So I kept training until 4th of July. I remember I had the hardest time getting up because the radiating pain was just so much, and at this point I started feeling some tingling going down my leg, and I still remember that pain I couldn't even drive because it was just so intense. And then July 11th came. I had to go to Chicago to pick up a visa, and that night getting back to my hotel, my left leg went numb and paralyzed, and I had the biggest pain going down my back, and I just fell, and I didn't know what was going on. I started panicking. I broke down in tears of how much the pain was. And the next day I had to fly back to Denver, where the whole flight I was going like this, trying to like take off all the pressure off my lower back, and I was taking Advil like every 30 minutes during the flight. It was an excruciating pain. Getting back to Denver, I went to go get an MRI, and I'll show the MRI right now. So as you can see, that's my MRI. I will post it in a bit so you guys can see it a little more. But during that time, my MRI showed that I had a slight bulging disc in L4, L5, and also in L5S1, as you can see from the image I just showed you. And I remember that the first thing they told me was surgery or epidural injections, and I didn't want to go either route because I knew that wasn't going to be a solution, and I didn't want to get surgery just due to my age. I'm 21 years old. I was very young. I was bedridden literally for a month since July 11th, a month, and then very, very little walking, maybe like 10 minutes a day tops, and I'd have to break it down like 2 minutes throughout the whole day for the next 2 weeks. So I'm gonna post some videos right now so you guys can see what type of training I was doing, just in case you did something similar. It's like squats, bench pressing, similar things like that. So right here I'm squatting during mid-June. I was already injured. I had the radiating pain down my leg, but I can bear with the pain. It wasn't until middle of July where I just lost feeling of my legs. But through here, as you can see, I was training through the injury. So these next few videos are going to be about the therapies I did. It's mainly 3: spinal decompression therapy, physical therapy, and acupuncture. I will dedicate its own videos to each one of them and give you dates on exactly how many sessions I've done. Today is November 3rd. I'm still doing therapy because I don't have the mobility I used to have. The pain is still there, not as much as it was before. Before it was a 9 or an 8, sometimes a 10. Right now it varies from a 2 all the way to a 4. But I think right now I stand at a point where it's a scar tissue and I just don't have the mobility of nerve gliding, anything of that. So hopefully these next upcoming videos, for anyone going through a disc herniation or bulging disc, can take something out of this, and these videos help you in anything, any little thing. Thank you for watching.